like, comment, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching.
Keep your head up and vibrate higher. Positive vibes. Keep your head up and vibrate higher. I talk about Nature Boy TV a lot because this is something that has changed my life. And it's like the sciences, the philosophies helped me to go deep, helped me to have actual connection with God. And I'm so fucking grateful. So I'm gonna talk about it, and I'm gonna give reference because of the situation. And I feel that a lot of times we like to deem people, cut people out even if they have changed our life, and I don't like the idea of that. So I just want to be an example that just because you don't like somebody doesn't mean that you can't give credit to them for the things that they have done. Many people, there's good that happen, but the bad that happen, they're like, they're bad, let me throw them away. But truthfully, people can change, if they want to. But I just want to say that to say that.
All right, y'all, brief intermission because I wanted to update you guys on the donations. We are at $175. Thank you so much to all of you who have donated. For those who haven't had a chance to donate yet, there's still plenty of time. Honestly, $1 goes a long way, guys. So if you can, please donate. Thank you in advance.
The sciences, when I was studying these sciences, they really helped me to have a perspective on life that brought me to oneness, that helped me understand that we are God. And when I say that, I don't mean in our flesh, because a lot of people identify with the flesh and they don't realize that we are more than that. So, we're coming down into the flesh. So as a human, of course, I'm limited. I'm a limited version of God, but I don't identify with that. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not just human. I'm more than a human. This is just a human experience that we're having. So, I give him a lot of credit because he sparked my mind, and of course I go within and I can't be sparked unless I resonate with it. And this is what he said too. Literally, when he said, I am you and we are reflections of each other, whatever you see in me is within you. It's something within you. If you don't like me, it's something in you. If you like me, it's something in you. If I spark your mind, that's something in you. You can't resonate with somebody, or you can't resonate with something to spark your mind if it's not in you, So, and another thing, I want to entertain this thought, literally people can't bring out nothing that's not in you either. So I know a lot of people oh, well, he made me do it, and it was because of him. Literally take accountability so you don't have to repeat patterns.
Okay, quick question, guys. Who here knows that Honor is housing Star as well as Syrian, aka Brianna, at her home? So my thing is, I wonder how they feel, especially with their perspective on Nature Boy, with Honor still giving honor and praise and reverence to Three God, aka Nature Boy, aka Eligio Bishop. I wonder how those women feel.
In different ways. I understand, when it comes to, you trust it, or you want it to be like this or that. But at the end of the day, you trust it. I was manipulated. Well, you allowed that. You didn't honor yourself. You didn't tap in. Yes, other people have their own karma and their own situations that they.
Okay, now, Honor, I was going to let you rock out, but I have to interject here. You stated that if a person got manipulated, they have to take accountability for allowing themselves to be manipulated. What about the narcissistic manipulator? Do they get a free pass? Is that what you're trying to say?
They have to deal with, but I like for people to stop pointing the finger and look at themselves and see how you can make a change. Now, when I say pointing the finger, there's sometimes you have to identify. You can identify with certain energies or certain people that you may not want to exchange with, but that don't mean to hold hate in your heart. So there's many different things that he has taught, like Ma'at, and the 5 sciences, and just.
All right, y'all. So I have to interject, because the 5 sciences that she's referencing, as well as Ma'at laws, have been around since before Nature Boy was even a thought.
Psychology and just so many different things. And sometimes when I start to press this live and talk about it, I'm just like, where do I start? Because yes, you can go study Ma'at and that's what you should do, but he introduced me to it, so I can't act like that didn't happen. And the way that he articulated it, the way that he presented it actually resonated with me a lot. So we can go read the Ma'at, but somebody else articulating in a certain way can help you. Because even if you read something that the Ma'at books or something like that, that's somebody else's articulation of that energy. So and so if you read something, you're going to say, oh, this is the author of this book. Like this book is articulated by this author and it's dope and I resonate with it. I'm grateful for how you explained that, because I was able to tap in and really realize that. So, just talking about keeping your heart light as a feather, holding morals over desires, and the thing is, a lot of people say, oh, if the person don't practice what they preach, then you shouldn't learn from them. If they're not doing what that's not true, because it's not about them. See, many people want to make it about somebody else. They want a savior. They want a messiah from the Bible. Like, oh, I'm going to come and I'm going to be your savior. Like, no, that's not how it works. You got to save yourself. Nobody's going to save you. Nobody's going to do your inner works. Nobody can do your inner works. They can help you. They can guide you. They can articulate. They can spark your mind. But it's ultimately up to you. So I just don't like when people have certain perspectives, because it puts the power in somebody else's hand. I don't give a fuck if you practicing what you preach. I'm going to, if it resonates with me, I'm going to implement it in my life. What are you talking about? Like, come on now. Oh, he don't do it, so I'm not going to. No, it doesn't matter. Like, honor yourself. If it's something that resonates with you, it's not about him. It's not about them. It's not.
All right, y'all. I hope y'all are enjoying this video. Please be sure to leave a comment and give me a like.
About anybody else but you. And that's why through the teachings he says, I am you. Everything is a reflection of you. It's showing you back to yourself, how you feel about things, how you exchange with things. It shows you where you need to grow. It shows you where you have grown. So I just think that's just a beautiful thing. All the stuff, so many things that I caught with what he said is just a beautiful way of looking at life. And if I find other things that's higher, then I'm gonna take that on. Okay? And I've done inner work, so I've tapped in a little bit differently, and I'm able to articulate his message differently, just like he articulated somebody else's message differently. So I want to just continue to shine that light, like, period. The keep your heart light as a feather really helps with the self-development, because that helps you if you have any type of hatred or hurt in your heart, pain, emotions towards somebody, and you're spewing that negative energy to somebody because you feel like they did you wrong. That is called hate in your heart. That's called your heart is a little bit heavy. You want to keep your heart light. You want to be light. Heaviness holds you down. You want to be light, flowing, loving, and enjoying life, enjoying this experience, because it's just an experience. And so I love Ma'at. Like, I love the codes that Ma'at stands for. And when it comes to the 5 sciences, a lot of people are like, oh, you didn't make up melanin. We know this. We know this. There's nothing new under the sun. Like, literally he put it together. So I like to go over those. And I know a lot of people, and I don't even care. I'm not even going to entertain that thought. See, sometimes I have thoughts and I'm like, look, I don't even got to entertain that, because you don't got to explain yourself. Sometimes I'm trying to overly explain myself, but there's no point, because I know what it is. I don't need to explain to certain people. I got to realize who I'm talking to. I'm talking to people that actually want to grow, that actually wants to learn, that actually wants to take accountability, that wants to take their power and make sure they're utilizing their power in the way that the Most High, wants it to be. So when it comes to the 5 sciences, it really helped me to expand my mind. I was like, wow, like, astrology for one. Astrology changed my life. And I know it's deeper than the astrology that we study. It's deeper than that. This is all, again, astrology that we study in the westernized system is an articulation of the divine, okay? Everything that we're talking about is articulation of divine. Nobody founded melanin. It was already here. We just articulated what that means. We just came up with a perspective that resonates, So at the end of the day, astrology changed my life, because I didn't connect with it like a lot of people connect with astrology, like, oh, this is how I am, this is how I'm supposed to be. No, I literally connect with it because, like, is this how I am? I know that if I'm reading Sun Square Pluto, this is a perspective of somebody else. I made a video about Sun Square Pluto, and it doesn't have nothing to do with negative entities. It has something to do with taking your power, honoring yourself. So the thing is, it's not always the information we receive, but how we receive it, how we exchange with it. Okay? So, astrology changed my life because I was like, dang, this is why. This makes sense. This is a good reason, a good perspective, because it's all about perspective. It's a good perspective on why my energy flows the way it does. I don't resonate with everything in my chart. What? Because I know this is limited anyways. You have to tap in. When you get information from source that you perceive to be outside of you, you got to tap in to see if it really resonates with you. And not only that, if somebody explains something to you, you can tap in and explain it totally different. Okay, they can spark your mind, and then you can say, well, I actually think that this means this, and I want to look at it like this because I keep a healthy perspective. So I'm gonna do a whole stream about the 5 sciences, because that's something that really helped me. And there's levels to your journey, so I always have to go back and remember why I started, what I felt like when I started. When I say keep a healthy perspective, that shit resonates, and that's just in my subconscious right now. But I have to remember when I first heard it, how I felt, how it changed my life, the levels of understanding the vibration of keeping a healthy perspective. So that's why I talk about it, because I know that it can help somebody, or somebody may be in their journey, in that point of their journey, that needs just a reminder to keep a healthy perspective. Okay, see, when I say it, it's just like, oh, okay, because I already realize it. It's like I internalized it, but some people haven't, so I have to remember that. So when it comes to the 5 sciences, yes, I feel like that was a spark in my life that was just like, wow, so profound and so on it. But so I want to remind people that may be in that may not realize a perspective about melanin, and a healthy perspective about it too. When it comes to the teachings of Nature Boy TV, I speak about this because this is something that has changed my life, and I don't want to act like it hasn't. Like, I don't want anybody to get to the perception that this man has not changed my life with his works, okay? So I can go on and on and on about the knowledge because I sat there and I listened to it. I know many people seen a lot of other things, but for me, I was grasping all the truths that this man has taught. And yeah, there's a certain point in your journey that you have to take accountability, like take the power into your hands. Like when you have a teacher, which I didn't have many at all, but when you have somebody that you're learning from, you sit there and you listen. And then when you gather all the information you think you can gather, because this man still can teach me and still has taught me, even after I've left and did my own programming to say, I'm gonna take what I received, and I'm gonna apply what really resonates, and I'm gonna throw away the rest.
All right, y'all. So I wanted to interject real quick. I understand where she's coming from as far as taking what resonates and leaving what does not. That's completely understandable. But what I think Honor is missing is that many people who were in the cult alongside her did not know, and currently do not know, how to take what they need for themselves for self-development and growth and move on.
I'm going to take out what I don't resonate with, but most of the stuff I acknowledge, that I paid attention to, that I focused on, was truth. And even if I wanted to deny a little bit of it when I left, through experiences, I realized, oh yeah, that's truth. To this day, there's certain things where I'm talking to myself, programming my mind, because I do this every day. I talk to myself, I talk to my higher self, and I speak. How can I think better? How can I be better? How can I do better? And I'm thinking about programming my mind. If I feel in a certain vibration that I feel like could be brought up, I'm like, how can I think of this better? What's a better perspective to hold on this? So I can keep myself in a high vibration, a vibration of gratitude and love and peace and light. All right, so I'm always doing that. And to this day, there's certain things that I will think about. I'm like, dang, he said that. But it may not be said in the same words, but I see the vibration. That's why I tell words are limited. But when I come up with this conclusion through my experience and through my higher self, I realize, damn, this man has said that too. That's what he meant by that. And it's like, boom, a light comes on. So I'm like, and there's a connection, like, yeah, like, and I've done that many times where I'm like, yeah, like, that's the truth. That's the truth for real. Not just because I hear it and I resonate, but because my God said it. But so I'm like, and there's a connection, like, yeah, like, and I've done that many times where I'm like, yeah, like, that's the truth. That's the truth for real. Not just because I hear it and I resonate, but because my God said it. But because, you know, my intuition said it. Because my wisdom through experiences, you know, resonated with it. Not even resonate. What's the word for that? Because my wisdom through the experiences grasped that. Like, gained that knowledge and awareness through experiences. Okay? So, not only from the words, but through life's experiences. So I'm just so grateful for it. And I can go on and on and on about many different things. And this is why I started writing a book about enlightenment, because I know what helped me in my journey. I know that somebody that has enlightened you, and there's many of these teachers that are enlightening people, but they're here for a reason. They're here to give you truth, but they're also here to give you lessons. Okay? We need to elevate. You thought that the truth was only going to come through the mindsets? We need to elevate. We need to be pushed, okay, to move. Not just the, oh yeah, la da da, like I know the truth now. No, you need to put forth action once you know. You know, so therefore, yeah, some of these teachers are coming to speak the truth, but also make you move. So, and make you honor yourself. All right, and help you go within to know that why are we always looking for somebody to do the work for us? It's up to you to do the work. Somebody can spark your mind and help you, but it's always up to you. You always hold the power in your hands. So yeah, like you can have somebody that you learn from, but that's not the end all be all. You have to go within. You have to go within and tap in. All right, so. But I'm not going to hold you. Like, there's many things, and that's why I started writing. Like, let me just start writing this stuff out, because there's so many things. And it does go back to what he has said that still helps me to this day on my self-development journey. This is a journey of self-development. Knowing your worth so that you can be able to take this world and what's going on to another level. All right? We're moving forward. We're creating change. When you create change, that comes with action and new ways of thinking. All right, ideas. So, yeah, like, I'm just going to keep shining the light, because there's many different things, like so many different things, like, that's all going to self-development. And I'm not even going to address that thought. See, we have to learn, and this is something that he's taught too. You have to learn what thoughts to address and what thoughts to not, because sometimes some of the thoughts we have aren't really coming from our higher selves, okay? They're coming from distractions. They're coming from the environment you're in. Right now, most of us are in America. We're in an environment that's creating so many devices, you know, so many distractions, so many things that, like, we literally can be getting so much codes from the universe. That some of us still get the codes in the United States. I still get codes, and sometimes when I think about something or I do a live stream, I go to some of the people I follow, and they're thinking and doing a live stream about the same thing in their words. So I know this is universal codes that we're getting, right? And it's a beautiful thing. But imagine the codes you can get when you're placed in an environment that does not have the distractions, that only is surrounded by nature. You know what I'm saying? That don't have all the cars and the electronics and it's just disconnecting us from nature, from the universe, from the all, right? So remember that too. Your environment plays a huge role on your life. And this is something else that he taught about the environment, right? What he liked to say is something that he learned from somebody that's talking about the cells, right? Many of us haven't really studied exact cells, but from somebody else's study, they say you can put a certain type of cell in an environment with other types of cells, and that cell will become the environment. So he explains that to say that our environment has a huge role on us, like has a huge influence on us, right? And you can't really go nowhere without the environment having an influence on you. But you can tap in and you can reach a space where you create your own environment through your frequency, right? For example, he explained, if we were, you could think of a child, and I don't know if he said it in these words, but I'm going to say it in my words, right? But from being enlightened by him, I'm not going to hold you. Like, you can be in put a child in an environment, right? There's two environments. Put a child in this environment that's surrounded by negativity. People even just thinking negative, but doing negative, influencing the child to sell drugs, do the dumb shit. And then put a child in an environment that speaks life into them. This environment is speaking death into them and speaking down on them. This environment is speaking life into them and speaking up on them and saying that you're powerful. You can do things. You can achieve greatness. You are amazing. You are powerful. You integral. You're responsible. You're responsible. You're respectful. Speaking life into them. These environments is going to have a toll on you. The reason why we can only understand the language that we've been taught, because that was in our environment. Like, only way that you can vibrate out of a certain environment is by having a different thought and holding that thought, right? Knowing that you can be better and trying not to let the environment have an effect on you. But ultimately, any environment is going to have some type of effect on you. But it's important for us to tap in and know the importance of our thoughts and be conscious of it, because you can create your own environment the way you see fit, instead of going at it from a subconscious level and just being, sending signals and catching all the signals from your environment. You can create your environment consciously and say, even if you're in an environment right now, you feel like, I don't really belong here. I want better. I want a better job. I want to do better things. I want better people. You hold the power to that by holding a certain frequency. That means a certain type of thoughts frequently, thinking like, good, I am in a better environment. I deserve better. You know what? I'm going to get better. Wherever another thing he said, wherever your focus goes, energy flows. If you want your energy to flow in a certain type of environment, your focus needs to be on that. So yeah, I'm grateful.
Positive vibes on positive vibes. Yeah. This here's just some dope to help you get through. Move on to the new. Don't trip on the blue sunshine. You're welcome. Keep your head up.